It's just these small businesses, I think it truly is about, it's like time and effort. It's like that passion behind it. And I think that nothing is ever easy.
No, nothing. And it's just about resilience and learning to keep going. And yeah. So I'm very excited to be interviewing you and to be in your beautiful With Nothing Underneath store. Maybe, and to be wearing one of your beautiful With Nothing Underneath shirts. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about why you decided to start the brand.
Firstly, you're hired. Thank you. So, it's so interesting. I think it was really, really basic. I was working at Vogue, and I just didn't feel like we were always talking about shirts, and we were so often using men's shirting or the same brands over and over. And not only did I not feel the price point was really accessible, but also there wasn't really that option out there. And when you see how many women, obviously now I'm so attuned to people in shirting, see how many women are in shirts in the street and different kind of shirts and for different occasions. And I just thought there's something in that. And it's really about, our motto is like a shirt to live a life in. And that's really what we want to do, is any woman should be able to walk into this store or go onto our website and they'll be able to find something that fits for them and for their lifestyle and for their body.
Amazing. Yeah, I love wearing a shirt, so I agree with all of that. And what I know that you're a B Corp certified. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about that process.
So, as you know, it's really intense. We just got our certification last year. I think you guys did too.
January.
And
last year, exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. It feels really exciting to have that acknowledgement, because I think the problem, what we find, is there's so much noise in the industry. I don't know as much about beauty, but in fashion particularly, there's so much greenwashing going on. Yeah. And then when you're doing the right thing, which is, like, in my opinion, paying workers the right wages from literally the field to the shop, using organic materials or recycled materials, or being conscious about even the details of the buttons. We use nuts and natural materials wherever we can. But sometimes, and that comes at a cost and a lot more work and at a loss of profit. And sometimes I think that can be very frustrating, doing the right thing when sometimes it feels like no one cares, and also that everyone else is claiming they're doing the right thing too. Yeah. And I think for us, what we found as B Corp is really managed to sort the wheat from the chaff and really show us to be, at the forefront of sustainable fashion, which we feel really excited about.
And it looks at a 360-degree approach, so it's not just limited to the materials. And with greenwashing, it's often like brands are picking one thing that they do and then honing in on that. Whereas to get B Corp, you have to do
totally. And I think that I honestly, when you know and you see the brands who are like, our new green line.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does green mean? I don't know. So it feels nice that you have an external body going, they are doing the right thing. And it's also public. Anyone can go and find your profile or our profile, exactly, and have a look at our score and see what we've done better in and what we haven't done as well in, and other things and where you can improve. And I think that it's really nice to engage with other brands that have it, because I think it's definitely a community.
100%. So there's loads of waste in the beauty industry, and I know there's quite a lot of waste in fashion too. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about what you're doing or what brands can be doing better.
I think the number one thing, which is one thing we're really, that we talk about a lot, is that it's about the lifespan of a piece of clothing. Mm-hmm. The problem is these days is that everything is fast fashion, and that's like you're being fed new trends by everyone all the time. So it's constant newness. And what's that saying to everyone? It's saying, like, get rid of that other thing that you have had for 6 months. And that's insane. We've just launched, I don't know if you can see this thing. I didn't actually put this on here on purpose. We just launched this denim, which, it's the weight of it was really important. And the idea is that this is really, I want this to last someone 10 years, 20 years. It's proper denim. It's really going to last. And that's really important to us. And then we do a lot about communicating with our customers about different ways to wear. So we're not saying, here's this shirt, here's this shirt, here's this shirt. It's like, that shirt that's in your wardrobe, here's 3 ways to style it. Let us help you. So I think it's communicating with our customers in that way is quite important. And then, in fact, the one I'm wearing right now is our Tensile, which we launched earlier this year. And it's made from recycled wood pulp. It's totally biodegradable. So, in fact, apart from the labels, because unfortunately they have some recycled polyester in them, the only thing that we have with that. And but you should be able to put this shirt into the ground, and it would basically totally regenerate, which is really exciting.
That's
and really
incredible.
It's really the movement we want to be making. And everything else, we don't have any man-made fibers in there. So you've got wools and cottons and linens, and materials that are made by the earth. And that's a stance we've made as a brand. And again, we want them to last and have quality and weight to them, and that's, I think, pretty crucial.
Amazing. Very, very cool. And do you have a favourite shirt? Are you allowed to pick a favourite style, a favourite?
I think I'm so fickle. It really depends on the week.
Yeah.
You know what, the one you're wearing actually is, it's not new at all. It's probably about 3 years old, and it's still one of our best sellers, and it looks good on everyone.
I love the linen.
I wear it all the time. And, I think linen you can wear all year round. It's not just a summer fiber. And yeah, I think that material just picks up everyone's skin tone beautifully. And so I do love that one. But yeah, at the moment I'm having a bit of a denim love-in just because we just launched it. But yes. It depends on the day of the week.
It depends on the day of the week. Amazing. And biggest challenges or moments that you now laugh about since launching, if there are any, you can still laugh about.
Honestly, I think I'm actually quite good at laughing at them all, but there has been so many challenges, I actually can't even list them. I think in this day of Instagram, everyone's like, oh, it looks like you had a great time shooting that campaign in LA. And I'm like, it was 40-degree heat. I was having a nervous breakdown about samples. And, it was actually this time last year, and we were signing the lease for this store, which was really stressful. I had no idea what I was doing. I had a lawyer who I didn't understand the lawyer speak, and I'm talking about a 5-year contract with the management here. And I was also creative directing the shoot in Palm Springs. So the time difference, the heat, it was a total nightmare. So, but the shoot was beautiful and the store is here. So we're fine.
It all works out.
But I think, it's, as you know, it's just these small businesses. I think it truly is about, it's like time and effort. It's like that passion behind it. And I think that nothing is ever easy.
No, nothing. And it's just about resilience and learning to keep going. And yeah.
It's literally whenever I go home and I'm right, I'm ready to quit, my husband's like, okay, darling. And then the next day I'm like, oh, I love it.
Exactly.
So, the trials and tribulations, the highs are really high and the lows are really low.
Exactly.
So I think they balance out.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. And what are you most proud of?
Well, I feel like we've done B Corp in the store. I mean, the stores, it was a really, really proud moment for us as a brand. It's amazing to think that we've got this far. We haven't got investors, so we really have bootstrapped it to this stage, and that's amazing. Our team is, it's a tiny team. Everyone is so crucial, so key, and I think everyone just worked really, really hard to pull this together. And now we have a home which I think really represents us as a brand, and for people to come in and experience the brand, and that feels really special.
Yeah, the space is beautiful. So if anyone hasn't come to see it, you should.
Please come in anytime. And we love the street, and it's
a really nice area.
I'm really happy.
And it is International Women's Month, so maybe you have some advice you can give to aspiring female entrepreneurs, or is there any advice you would give an aspiring female
Totally.
entrepreneur?
You know, I think I've been really, really lucky. I've had a career where I've worked with so many supportive women, like truly, really incredible people who have always taken the call and always been willing to help me, whether that was when I was in magazines or even now people I used to work with. And I think I always say this, like, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
And what I've found is people are a lot more generous than you think they are. And people will give you the 15-minute call. Mm-hmm. And asking for other people's opinions is so important. I think you've got to be having your channel and know what you want and who you are and who the brand is. Mm-hmm. But I think leaning on others, leaning on other women who are in other areas or slightly further on than you. You know, you and I were literally just talking about, you know, investment and things like that, and sharing that between each other is so 100%. Important and so nice. And I think I've just found that actually the female community is amazing, and there's a lot of people out there willing to help if you ask.
Agreed. And a lot of female founders as well. Like, we've got a really nice group, and we ask for advice, and everyone's really just willing to help each other, which is amazing. So you always look very sharp as an ex-stylist, and with your shirts and fashion sense generally, of course. And what do you do to look after your skin?
Okay, so firstly, I think that this is very incorrect. I usually look a mess, but thank you. I put a lot of effort in. I think the main reason, firstly, is like the reason I'm drawn to shirts is because I think you look really pulled together without making any effort, which is
it's true. It's
really
an effortless, like
yeah. That's the aim of the game for me. And I think probably my beauty skincare regime is the same. I don't spend a huge amount of time. I'm moisturizer is really where I'm at. I love your night moisturizer and a serum. I've got into serums. Basically, I'm not really sure what anything does. I'm not clued up enough, but I just know I like it. And
as long as it makes you enjoy putting it on, and it makes your skin feel good, and you feel
nice.
like you're getting results, and that's, I think you're halfway there.
Exactly. And I think it's isn't that what every like makeup artist says? It's like start with the base. So I think that's it. And actually, you know what? I'm so boring, but I sleep loads. I'm like an 8-hour a night kind of gal.
So am I.
Yeah. I just don't function that well off less.
No, me neither.
So yeah, sleep and moisturizer, which is so boring.
That's great. Sleep and the hibiscus night cream then.
That's it. Exactly.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And yeah.
No, thank you so much. It's great.